Namaste, Tina Thrussell here with the Shin Dao, the Way of the Heart. So yesterday I indicated it was a bit of a rough morning, and part of the path of the Shin Dao is self-awareness. It became apparent after my little mood shifter of coloring wasn't quite sufficient. I had a lot of deep dives yesterday. So I did the unthinkable and I reached out and asked for help. I say the unthinkable because so many of us were raised to believe that it's a sign of weakness to ask for help, that we don't want to be a bother, that it's just, good morning, Cindy. Belated happy birthday, Cindy. I intended to send you birthday wishes and I don't know if I followed through. Anyway, I was saying that, yeah, sometimes it takes more than one mood shifter. It takes several mood shifters in a day to make it through the day. Yesterday was a particularly tough day, and I realized that that was because I had been doing my best to be strong and to keep standing up every time I felt like I was falling. And I was doing that so often, good morning, Roxanne, that it was like, you know how you take a pop bottle and you shake it up and it builds and builds the pressure, and then when you pop off the lid, it's like big explosion. I didn't want to get to that point, and I knew it was happening. I hadn't actually released all that had been building up around this little accident. I kept hearing the words, well, it's just a broken ankle. Well, it's not just a broken ankle. It is a broken ankle and torn ligaments and muscles and tendons, and it is a complete and total shift in my lifestyle for a period of time. It's losing what I love to do, my reason to get out of bed in the morning. There's no dancing, there's no facilitating, seminars, workshops, circles with the women. Well, don't worry, the Nurture Circle carries on next week. I have a very good friend who's going to drive me there, and we're going to just carry on, and the Nurture Circle is going to be beautiful on November 8th. Oh, Roxanne, what do I not know about yesterday? You said it was a beautiful day to go deep. At any rate, I reached out and I asked for help. That was something I was very proud of myself for doing. I like to be independent. I like to think, no, I can handle it on my own. And you know what? That phrase, no man is an island, came from somewhere. No man is an island. We are not meant to be completely independent of each other. We are meant to be interdependent. You know how great it feels when you're able to do something good for someone, to commit an act of kindness, uplifts your spirit in the most beautiful way. So if we're not willing to ask for help and receive that help, we're denying others the opportunity to give that help and feel good. So I have a friend. Thank you, Anea. Bless your heart. You were a lifesaver yesterday. She too had been laid up for a very, very long time with a very severe leg injury. She was in a cast for a very, very long time. And so she totally understood what I was going through. She knew what it like to have your life completely change like that and to not be able to do even of the simplest of things. So I phoned her and said, will you go shopping and bring me some almond milk, and will you come and make me lunch, and will you just come and be here with me for a while? And it was an opportunity as she made lunch for me to just spew out everything I was feeling, all the disappointment, the anger, the hurt, the everything that I'd been bottling up and saying, no, it's okay, this is fine. We have to acknowledge our feelings. We need to acknowledge what's there. Let it out. Take the lid off the bottle. Let it all air out. And then it's easier to carry on. So that was one of my big Shin Dao tools yesterday, was turning to a friend for help and letting all that pressure out by releasing all that stuff. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, we all need help sometimes. And she says, keep your chin up, but cry if you want to. And I did cry. Good morning, George. Yeah, I cried and I expressed my anger and my sadness and my disappointment and my devastation at the shift in time. And yes, I know this too shall pass. And it didn't change the way I felt about it. So she was just so happy to just let me let all that out, let all that pressure off. And I felt such a relief after. I could cry in front of her and she held me and just let me cry and said, it's okay to feel like this. And it was such a relief. And after she was gone, I had a nice Epsom salt bath soak, and I used some of my other tools. I put on some soothing meditation, a guided meditation to listen to, and yeah, but it was so much easier for all of those other tools to be more effective when I let the pressure off. I let all those feelings out, I acknowledged them, I expressed them, and then was done with them. So if you think that bottling it up to be tough for someone's sake is a good idea, think again. It's really like shaking up the pop bottle and then popping off the lid. There's a big explosion that's very unpleasant. It's better to let it off in a controlled environment where it doesn't make a big mess. Yeah, there's my big advice for the day. So feeling so much more emotionally stable today. Having a much later start because I allowed myself to just stay in bed. I'm going to go eat and I'm actually going to go back to bed. I'm recognizing that this body is requiring a lot of energy to heal. And I'm going to stop kidding myself that I can keep getting things done while I'm in this state. I'm just going to surrender. And I have a self-discovery program that I enrolled in that I'm going to engage in and just take this time for me, since the universe is saying, slow down and take time for you. Good morning, Chuck. So go ahead, folks. Doesn't matter whether you're man, woman, child. Feel free in a controlled environment to let the pressure off. And I love you. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to share this video if you feel it will help someone. And I'm sure there's somebody out there who's feeling down and can use being told it's okay to feel the way you're feeling and release that and then make some shifts. So, love you. Thank you for sharing. Mwah. Namaste.